Ooh, cheeky pair of socks.
Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Догадаю. It's gonna be someone else. And there is a lot of traffic on the track at the moment. Like, literally just one look at the track map is just, it's a kerfuffle to say the least. Kerfuffle.
Don't you
Yes.
Grammarly.
I haven't said anything since kerfuffle. Yes. Yeah. Pretty much all of them, yeah. Ooh, nice little segue. When it comes to the line, about half a second off Andrade. Interesting. Yep. Vitalik, we've got to cross the line, see if he can do anything good. Nope, only 15th. just saying about Violet come across the line only going 18th at the moment, which is quite a bit lower than usual. Goldsaw only 16th, so obviously this track might prove to be a bogey track for some. I can turn myself up as well. Is that a bit better? Okay, good. Second, 6 thousandths off. Just a little bit close. Just a little bit. Just a teensy bit. Oh, and Goldsaw's improved to third. Mm. If it's 90 minutes, it'd be an hour and 30, wouldn't it? And we've just... Did we catch Sakura getting pole? Or... no. Andrade went pole first, so that's his original time. Very close. Hello everybody and welcome.
Oh, okay, it was me. It was me who was turned down. Maybe I didn't automatically put it on. Who knows? Right, it's not going to pot. I would say I'm streaming from a different streaming thingy today, so it's a little bit different. So I'm sorry about that. That was probably my mistake. I thought we were all good to go, but we missed the intro. Did we miss the intro? Did we miss everything? I'm really sorry if we missed everything. Should we do it again? Should we start again? We're 7 minutes in. I'm really sorry. Well, this. Hello, gents. How is everyone? This is, sorry, we might as well start again. This is race 3 of Season 7, AOR's GT3 Tier 1. I'm Rage F1 and I'm joined by Saffzo, as always. I'm really sorry about that, boys, but it was me who you couldn't hear, but, that's probably a good thing. Yeah, big F, finally. Sorry, boys. Finally, he realised. Ripperoonie. We're on board at the moment with the Valentine Chorus, seeing if he can put in an absolute stunning time. With the beautiful GTR. It looks really nice in the FTW colours, I must admit. One of the best paint jobs of this tier, don't you think? Who do you think's your favourite so far?
Ooh, that's difficult. I think if I remember correctly, Prendergast had quite a nice paint job.
Should we have a look? We haven't seen much of him this season, have we?
No, he's been a bit more in his own sort of world.
In his own world. Is he with us today? Can't quite see him.
He's currently in the last sector.
There he is. It's all black.
Ah, might have changed it then.
Might have changed.
Because I could have sworn he had quite a nice one before.
He's in a different car this season. It's not proving to be very good for him. Is it? He's not been on the pace that we've expected from Kieran. Last time out, he was normally mid to top 10. Sometimes just outside the top 10, but always fighting, but never at the bottom so far as 30th. So hopefully we see some improvements from him. Yeah, I transferred us over to a different form of OBS because it was giving slightly better quality. But obviously, I do use this for all of the endurance stuff. So I had to do a few changes, but I completely forgot I had it muted. And I have the mute on a toggle button, so that's my mistake. So I don't shout. You just don't get me shouting for sustenance at 6 o'clock when it's not provided to me. Right. anything happening towards the top. Black Gold Source still in 4th position. I don't think we've got anyone going to challenge this. We've got 5 minutes left, so they're probably going to have probably another 2 more shots, a couple more bites of the cherry. Black Gold Source currently down, so this was an outlap. Maybe we should go on board with the man himself. See what he can do. See if he can make any improvements. Malinowski is a 10th up currently, so we will keep an eye on his time. Black Gold Source repping the 88 numbers. Didn't realise he was number 88.
Malinowski pole by 3,000.
Oh! Tortellini.
Very close margins today.
Malinowski, indeed. Incredibly close margins. Black Gold Source on the bubble. He's actually down a 10th now. Didn't have a very good entry into that corner. We'll keep an eye and see what he does. Enters through 5. He's actually got a little bit of time back. Tricky little corner here. Through 7 and 8. Try not to get too much on the rumble strip, otherwise you pay the price. But he is currently 2 tenths down. He's not going to improve this lap, I don't think, unless a miracle happens at the end. We've still got the old Barcelona, haven't we? We haven't got a turn 10 change, have we?
Yeah, it's still the old one.
Still on the old one. So let's maybe leave Mr. Black Gold, surname Saw. See if we can jump on with someone else who is making a name for himself again. The Season 4, Season 5 champion. The Season 4, Season 5 or Season 3 and Season 4 champion? I can't remember. Kevin Siklari, currently in 2nd position, hunting for pole. He's on the bubble. He should be able to jump up. So we'll keep an eye on his sector times. He's currently not improving, but it's probably very marginal. Going quite wide there. Through 8. It's a very tricky track, this one. It's all about rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Whether you can just keep that rhythm going. GT3 cars, more so than F1, is all about carrying that speed through the corners, trying not to lose as much as you can in the braking zones, using all of the track as humanly possible, especially in a Bentley. Almost have to claw your way around. Yeah, he's actually down quite a lot. Someone who isn't down quite a lot, Marlon Andrade. He is currently up a 10th, but he looks like he's gone wide there. Yeah, he's going to pull over. So I think these boys are going to have one more try at it. We're going to have one more bite at the cherry to see if they can make any improvements going into the 3rd race here at Barcelona. Well, 3rd race of the season, 1st race around Barcelona. Now, do you like socks?
Yes.
I love socks. Do you know what's good about socks?
What's good about them?
They're pretty damn comfortable to walk around the house in. You know what's not too good around socks?
Oh, what's not?
Sometimes they slip off the pedals when you're using them, when you try and get the best hot lap you can when you're trying to lap around Monaco.
Yeah, that's a dear shame.
It is a crying shame, isn't it? You know what you can do to try and, alleviate the problem of this sock issue? I heard there's some boys that are currently making socks just for sim racing. You know what they're called?
What are they called?
Sim sock, did you? So you know what that means? No more feet slipping off the pedal. They got breathable panels too, arch support as well. And my favourite, special cotton yarn that wicks away the sweat. Changing the game since 2012, NT1. I mean, they could be from 2012, who knows? I reckon it was in early beta stage. When did they come up?
Probably near alpha stage.
When did they come up for the idea for socks that you can just sim race in? I'm gonna pioneer a set of pants that you can just sim race in, and call them
Unstreakables. No more slipping and sliding in the chair.
The Unstreakables. Yes. Yes. With that butt crack, sweat wicking power that you could expect from the Unstreakables, with that crazy bamboo yarn.
It's a very good thing you don't have a webcam on at the moment, isn't it?
I do have a webcam, however, not using it for this afternoon.
Yes, I said webcam on.
Can you imagine? I'm actually sat here in my Unstreakables. 25 seconds remaining of qualifying. No one currently looking like they can challenge for the top positions. Black Gold Saw dropping back slightly out, almost outside the top 10. He is on a lap at the moment. He's a 10th up, but this is going to be his last roll of the dice, because I think he might have just got this slightly wrong, because he's not going to get across the line again. I think he may have thrown away another roll of the dice here. He's coming around the last corner with no time to spare. He's a 10th up, though, so he's going to move, but it's not going to be enough to challenge for the top spots today. 7th position for Black Gold Saw. That is all she wrote for him. Marlon Andrade is also on a lap here. A lot of boys in the pit. Malinowski's done. Saklari's done. Luke's done. I think this is the only boy here who might be able to challenge for pole. He's currently on the bubble, literally flashing green, flashing red. No improvement, but no loss as he rounds round the middle sector here. I love this part through 7 and 8. It's always so scary. Almost invalidated there. He's pushing hard. Hopefully he doesn't come across any traffic. Should we jump on board with him, Seth?
I think we should.
I think we should. Let's see if we can see his little hand soaring away like a beaver. Not so much soaring, but more gently caressing. You know, also gently caresses.
What?
Simsocks!
Ah!
Oh, he goes wrong in the last sector. He's thrown it away. Well, he'll still be on the front row. But that's not a pole, unfortunately. But I think that is the end of qualifying, as far as I can see. I don't think anyone else is going to be able to improve. And there comes the final list. So, shall we run down? Do you want to run down today? I always run down.
You can keep the rhythm going.
Right. Malinowski on the top spot. Marlon Andrade in second position. Kevin Siklari in third. Fourth is Luke Whitehead. Alex Torregrossa in fifth. Kevin Lewin in sixth. Black Goldsaw in seventh. Andy van der Vel in eighth. Ninth would be Niels van McLaren. 10th is Connor Wright. 11th is Valentine Chorus. I think we've got a short start, so we'll carry on. Julian Vanbrugh is in 12th. Then we got Vulcan in 13th. Let's hop down so you can see who I'm talking about. 14th is Canna Beach. Prima Sand is in 15th. And then we got Ryan McIntosh in 16th. Danila in 17th. And Marcel Kleinschmidt in 18th. Dennis Latz in 19th. Hamza Bellasim, how he has fallen down in 20th position. Or how the tier has improved. He used to be fighting for the top spots. Dominic Goltz in 21st. Mike Veerman in 22nd. Anthony Fernandez in 23rd. Nico Solman, last week's third position man, down in 24th position. Changing of the tide. Gillian Hardenberg in 25th. David Martinez, first of the Martinez, in 26th. Hugo Merles in 27th. Dalking down in 28th position. Interesting. Lewis Zelch in 29th. Luca Weidelich. Wow, that is surprising. Down in 30th. Kieran Prendergast in 31st. Kevin Niels in 32nd. Samir Foch in 33rd. And then we got Miltic in 34th. Jordan Sones, I don't remember him. And Nika Uhl and Ola Pitik down at the bottom. The Armchair Twins, right down at the bottom of the grid, going to take us round for 90 minutes of Barcelona. We got Tortellini Malinowski leading the way, though. He's pulled an absolute blinder again. They say that this is a Porsche track, no?
I have no idea if they say this is a Porsche track or not.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this is a Porsche track. It seems to be pretty damn good for Porsches. What do we got towards the top? Let's just get into the race.
Porsche on pole?
Porsche on pole, but then we've got McLaren, Bentley, Ferrari, McLaren, Bentley, McLaren, Aston. That's like a poem.
Based on that, you'd say it's probably a McLaren track.
Yeah, I would. I reckon it's just a Malinowski track, to be honest.
Which tracks aren't?
Tortellini slapping down the pasta here in Barcelona. We've got 1 minute 50 to go. Let's hop in the helicam, I think. We've got Bruce in the helicam today. Yeah, we've got a half start, so we're not going to go around the full track. We're just going to do a short run. They called us out, didn't they, last time when they did this? Short run down to the line. What I have noticed, look, really hot track temperatures today. 33 degrees with an air temperature of 29 degrees. We have got sun for at least 30 minutes. It's probably going to last to the end. But wind at 10 kilometres per hour, so very windy. Might see some loose ends, literally.
Let's just hope there aren't too many incidents to stress out the stewards.
I hope not. I really do hope not. Yeah, I did actually get a word on, you know, I said something about the stewarding bits and pieces that we needed some information. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Oh, it's tier 2 stuff about their points and reduction. That's why. You know, we said that some of the guys who won the race only had 88 points. They got some points reduction taking off of them, apparently, because of penalties, which is very interesting to see. So, sorry, I was explaining myself to the admins of why I couldn't be heard for at least the first 5 minutes of the stream. I swear I've done this before. This isn't my first time. 20 seconds to go. I'm excited to see what Malinowski's going to do. Do you reckon run away? I'm going to vote run away.
I'm going to vote spin.
Spin?
Mm-hmm.
Spin.
Either that or crash, but spin more likely.
Wow, okay. Spin, and then hopefully catch up.
We'll see what they do.
We can see. We've got many McLarens chasing him. I think that Porsche is going to be really hard to stop this afternoon. But we'll stay with Mr. Tortellini into turn 1, because I want to see how much of a threat having Marlon Andrade and Kevin Ciclari and Luke Whitehead really close behind him. A couple of boys there fighting for the championship. First, third and fourth, all very close on points. Black Goldsore's going to be one to watch. See if he can bridge the gap from 7th all the way up to the top spot. I think he could probably make his way up to Kevin. And that's the not the first Kevin, but the second Kevin. A little bit of a run here as we make way for race 3 of Tier 1 in Season 7 ACC for AOR. And we are green. Right, everyone's rounding the last corner just about. Oh, interesting. Marlon tucks in behind Malinowski. But Kevin looking very ominous at the back there. Looking like he wants to make moves. And defence from Tortellini. And he has to defend hard because that's Marlon Andrade up into first position. Oh, and there is contact for him and Kevin Ciclari. Malinowski making the most of it. He might go around the outside here, but it's going to be very tricky. What a start.
Oh, big incident at the back.
Huge incident. That was, I saw the FTW car going flying off to the back. And Marlon Andrade down into 4th position now. He is making it back into 3rd. He's on the inside. That was a start and a half of this race. Gee. Kevin Ciclari, what a blinder. 2 places in 1 corner. That was pretty damn special. But yeah, as you said, big accident towards the back end, middle pack, wasn't it? It was in the top 10. As everyone goes through turn 5, not so many incidents as we kind of snake our way down the grid. Did you see who was involved?
I don't know, but there was also a big incident at the very back of the grid as well.
Oh, no.
As the one we actually saw.
You know who is involved? We got Valentin Chorus, Black Goldsaw involved, I think. Anthony Fernandez, right down at the back.
Oh, yeah, look at Goldsaw's rear end.
Oh, ooh, I thought you'd never ask. Kevin Lewin in 5th position currently. Oh, that's Marlon fighting with Luke Whitehead. Oh, and he's been spun. That was McLaren Niels with his brilliant new livery, inspired by McLaren's new announcement. Just T-bowing Marlon there, but I think he's got away with it. But that's really helped Luke Whitehead. I think he's up into 3rd position. Or was it Kevin Lewin? No, it wasn't Kevin Lewin. They got very similar paint jobs. Kevin then was the one who manages to find his way past Marlon. He's having an awful start to this race, it looks like. Let's jump down towards the back.
Aaron King and Kindred Prendergast are in battle.
Yeah, I was looking at McIntosh. Look at that line of snakes, look. Jumping to the inside, trying to get the slipstream. We've got Ryan and Mike Verman all battling. Bellaseem also battling. We're getting some rubbing as well going on for 18th and 19th. What a start. There's action throughout the grid.
Goldsaw, David Martinez and Alex Torregrossa have all come into the pits from lap 1, so they were probably at least some of those involved.
I think so. Yes, Kieran is taking part. We're actually on board with him now. He's in 22nd position. He's managed to gain quite a few positions on the start because of the incidents that happened. Oh, who was that? That was Dominic Goltz, I think, taking a spin, or a tap at least, off at turn 5. Okay, Marcel Kleinschmidt looking very close on the back Primasand, let's jump on board with him, see if he can make any moves. Or was it Latz? Hasn't updated the thingy. It's Dennis. Yep, it's Dennis Latz who he's getting close to. Maybe Latz has got some damage. He's looking very wild through the corners here. He's about this kind of area where we saw the incident. It's between about 8th and 10th, and around that kind of area we saw all crashing off. There isn't enough of the Northern Ireland Nighthawks in this tier. Well, you know what you need to do. Not much respect in Tier 1 tonight. I think people looking to try and get positions quite quickly. As Marcel almost makes his way up into 13th, but Dennis jumping back with the cutback and making good use of it. Wasn't sure which one of the FTW boys got caught up at the beginning there. I hope it wasn't... I know Nico Solman is in 15th position, so I don't think it was him. It'd be interesting to see.
I will have a look at the replay.
Goldsaw's out now. Ryan McIntosh is out. It might have been Valentin Chorus, you know. I saw someone in the FTW colours flying off. Interestingly enough, though, Ciclari's got himself past Malinowski, or other way round. Malinowski is just about to get past Kevin Ciclari, more like. They are very close on track, half a second in between. So Malinowski, after that turn 1 change, is making his way back up. Apparently Ryan McIntosh had a bit of a VR incident, which may have caused some of the problems that we saw at the beginning. Yeah, I guess if you're stuck inside VR, you can't exactly jump out and press Control-Alt-Delete very quickly, can you?
You can confirm at least 3 of the cars that are involved were 4, 7, and Goldsaw.
Oh no, okay, let's see if we can get a run. Who was that? So 7 was Alex Terragrosa. 4 was Valentin Chorus, so it was Chorus involved. And Black Goldsaw then. Okay. Yeah, Colin Sinnott. The whiz kid from Tier 2 jumps in and says that Ryan had the VR freeze. Never mind. Torregrossa said he had a lot to say, but his race has been spoilt. Right, will be interesting to see what comes out of the stewards' verdicts. What happened then at turn 3, because I didn't see who caused it. We just saw it at the very back end of the corner, of the camera, sorry. So it'd be very interesting to see who was the cause and unfortunately who took most of the effect. It looked like it was Black Goldsaw was involved, but we'll see what happens. Big names involved in crashes are always fun to see.
Looking at the it seems like just a racing incident of Chorus and Torregrossa were squeezed together on the inside. That destabilized Chorus's car. No, sorry, that destabilized Torregrossa's car. That sent him into Goldsaw. And then just rewatching it, and then I think Chorus loses it on his own after that.
Oof. Okay.
So I'm just going to watch him slower speed, see if that helps.
Ooh, interesting.
If that's possible.
Defense from Kevin Ciclari. Malinowski getting very racy this afternoon, looking to make moves on the Italian man. I don't know if Malinowski is also Italian. Sounds Italian. Should we double check? He's going for a move into turn 1. Oh, some flashing of the lights. That means definitely get out of the way, doesn't it?
Yep.
I don't really approve of the light flashing, but there we go. Kevin Ciclari looking like he wants to get all of the apex speed as he moves so far off. He's almost off the track going into turn 1. But you can do that. He still had a wheel on. Malinowski right up inside the gearbox and inside the slipstream, but also getting all of that nasty wash, and that's definitely not where you want to be through turn 3. You see him drop back by a good 2 car lengths, but he'll close up slowly. That Porsche looks like it's very good through the corners. Maybe done a little bit more homework than he did last time out. He said he threw the tune together in a matter of minutes, almost collecting himself in the kitty litter, but a little snap of the oversteer, but very professionally dealt with. Malinowski dropping back another car length from Ciclari here. It looks like 2 tenths on the screen, but I think that's more 4 or 5, to be honest. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're going to get a change as well for 4th and 5th, if not already done. Kevin Lewin, Luke Whitehead, and Marlon Andrade are all getting very close and racy.
Now, after having looked at that gold saw incident, now just looking at the incident that was further back, the start of which was between car 22 and 93.
Okay, 22 and 93. Well, is that what started it all off, do you think?
That's what started the one at the back of the grid, not
okay.
the gold saw one.
22 and who, sorry?
93.
22 and 93. Okay, 22 was Dominic Goltz. Oh dear, bad Dominic. 93 was Anthony Fernandez having an issue. Okay.
Yeah. It was Goltz running into the back of... Sorry. It was 22 running back in 93. I can't remember the name, sorry.
No, that's fine. Goltz was running in the back of Fernandez. I've got it in front of me, so it's easy for me to say.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember them either. Luca
Goltz running in the back of Fernandez. That spins Fernandez round, and then that just collects a whole lot of cars in the incident.
I mean, they're so close together at that point, aren't they? Sorry.
And Fernandez actually nearly does a barrel roll. I think had it not been for Goltz's car being there, he actually would have barrel rolled.
Oh my god, okay.
On turn 3, so yeah.
No one likes
Fernandez
a
was
barrel
the one who really suffered from it.
Who was Fernandez?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one else was, like, 1 or 2 people had contact, but they were able to just carry on. Fernandez was the one who really suffered from it.
There's some real hard-fought racing going on behind Darren King. Looks like that's Kieran Prendergast and Ula Pittick fighting together. Kieran, I think the victim of that, unfortunately. Ula getting past. But Darren King getting his elbows out as usual. Same paint scheme as last year. No changes there for the Dow King man himself. Not the same performances as we saw last year, unfortunately. I think the grid has just got that much spicier towards the top end, isn't it?
That's certainly what it looks like. Malinowski's still close to Suklari, so that battle isn't over yet.
Definitely not. Just hopping back a little bit further down towards the back end of the grid. There's still fighting going on. They're still all incredibly close. Darren King getting very close on the back to Lewis Elch. You might see a change here. Look on the helicam because it looks awesome coming down this back straight. I hope we don't miss a change at the top. Do let us know if something's going to happen.
Shall do so.
No worries. Darren King a little bit far away. Not as close as we would like. I don't think we're going to see any changes just yet, but maybe soon. Fernandez then, one of those boys caught out in the incidents. Oh, we got a spinner. We got a spinner. That is...
Oh, there's multiple.
Meltic.
One of them is Militech.
Oh no, and that was the Bentley. That's not Fernandez. Is that Kevin Niels? I think it was. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
And very politely holding the brakes. What an absolute gentleman there, holding the brakes.
I think
and letting people
Soames
past.
might have been involved as well.
Yeah, that was a scrappy couple of corners, that wasn't it?
Yeah. Back to the replay we go.
Back indeed.
So what car number was Niles?
Oh, blimey, one sec. He's run down the back now. Got to find him. Where are you, Kevin? I mean, Nico. I mean, where are you? I can't find him.
No one found him.
You found him? Good.
Yeah.
There he is, Kevin. 411.
Yeah.
Good. Sakari's running away. Alanowski's with him. The gap back to the other Kevin. Lots of Kevins. Should we call this a Kevin tier? He is in P3 and dropping back quite a rate of knots now. 1.7 is the gap. What you knowing about what's going on?
I've seen the incident on the replay, and I think there may be a penalty coming soon.
Ooh, okay. Spicy incident then causes spicy penalties.
Yeah. Who is car 99?
99 is G-Jan Militic.
Yes. I believe Militic might be getting a bit of a penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, just went for a dive at turn 1, went over the curb, couldn't stop the car in time, and just pretty much veered right into into John Soames, and then Soames, because of that, then went into Niles.
Okay. A bit of a knock-on effect.
Yes.
Gotcha. We're still seeing this fight for the top spot. I'm just very cautious that we're going to miss anything if I jump away from it, because it is incredibly close, and I don't really want to miss a change if there is one. Changes going on, though, behind, with Mike Verman leading this pack. Let's see what's going on here. Danila in the VRT team, he's running away at the moment. Don't think that is Hamza. Yeah, there we go. I thought so. That's Latz. Yeah, Latz still out struggling with that car. He is being picked off one by one. He's down in 17th position now. He's just been jumped by Verman and Solman. So, it's when you pull the trigger, really, when you've got that damage, or do you stay out? Because he is falling back, causing a bit of an issue for himself, I think. He's got Hamza and Luka Vidalik behind him, and then Darren King with another host of other boys, and Zelch and Pichik all behind, and Kieran Prendergast following. So it looks like there's a little bit of a bottle stop slowly going down the pack. This is a bit annoying for everyone else, and probably even more annoying for Dennis Latz.
A battle that is very close at the moment is Julian Vanbrugh and Vulcan in the battle for P7. They're pretty much bumper to bumper at turn 3.
Okay, well, let's stay on board with one of these boys then. We're on board with Vulcan at the moment. Team Anantola.
Vanbrugh with Team Shazoo.
Team Shazoo! I do like Team Shazoo, not gonna lie. Good group of lads. Where's Gold? That's a bit of a sticky subject, unfortunately. Got caught up in a turn 3 incident on lap 1. He's down in 34th, unfortunately. But he's at the front end of the boys who's made their pit stops, so I guess there's something to take away from that. We'll go back on board. Surely
you're going to have to make another pit stop there.
It depends. If he can do it in one with the fuel that he's got. Who knows? You only have to do one pit stop, obviously forced. But, yeah, he should be able to do it. One pit stop. Should be fine. It's whether the fuel allows him to do it. That's the main thing. The crew of the Boatley up front are shoveling a lot of coal into that boiler for sure. Is that Kevin's car? Definitely, literally. There's full of Italian shoveling going on at the front end of the grid. Yeah, can you imagine the words they're screaming to each other? Frantically shoveling in Italian. Vulcan's holding off Vanbrugh at the moment. Not seeing much movement, but at this kind of position we can see what the gap is between Kevin and Malinowski, so we'll stay around here, I think. But Vulcan's doing a good job holding on to 7th at the moment, with a very racy Vanbrugh behind, but I think they're about the same kind of pace, aren't they? So, there's lots of mixed strategies you can do here. You know, whether you fuel yourself very low and go for an early pit, fuel yourself heavy, go for a late pit, see what happens. Ooh, Vanbrugh going deep into 5. That's going to help Connor Wright. Last time out, 2nd position, currently running in 9th, so still inside the top 10. Doesn't the Bentley have a 130 litre tank? The Bentley has a big boy, alright, so let's see if that's going to play into different people's strategies. Do you think they could actually go the whole race without refueling? Hour and a half.
Maybe possible, but doubt it.
I mean, some of these cars with big petrol tanks could probably do it. We know the Bentley's rather hench in the trunk. We don't have any BMWs. Oh, Vanbrugh going for a move up the inside. He makes it just a little bit of rubbing. And there is rubbing there. But it looked all good.
And Connor Wright trying to get a piece of the action as well, as is Canna Beach.
As always is Canna Beach, up the inside. Look at that. Connor Wright and Canna Beach going tussle toe-to-toe through the last corner. We're on board at the moment with Vulcan. Should we go to fail cam? As Vanbrugh closes up, goes for the inside dive. I'm not sure he's going to have enough pace on him to do it. Almost hitting the rear bumper, but we're all good. That was close. Look at this line. That is not a line of cars you would want to be in, right?
No, definitely not. Wiley very close to Belhassim in the battle for 17th.
What's the gap from Ciclari to Tortellini? It's 6/10. It's evening out a little bit, and I hate to say it, Kevin Lewin is actually closing that gap. It was 1.7 earlier, now it's only 0.9. So, we have a second Kevin slowly showing his hand. Kevin number 2, but no means Kevin number 2 in real life. So, some people...
If we have a Kevin 1-2.
Can you imagine a 1-2 Kevin finish? It'd be quite funny. There's a one mandatory pit anyway, yes. Refueling doesn't make the pit stop longer if you go for tyres as well. Yeah, it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Refueling takes time. I mean, if you do tyres, you might as well do fuel, but it does. If you have a small splash and a longer dash, I think it does take up time. It's only visible for Goldsaw, viable, sorry, for Goldsaw, who has stopped in the first lap. Okay. Well, mixed opinions. I'm not sure. I've got a funny feeling you could probably tank that car to the end. So we could see Black Goldsaw coming through the field towards the middle part of this race, because he hasn't had to spend a lot of time in the pits. But he did have to come in very early, so that might hurt some of the economics going on there with fueling and whatnot. But we'll see. I think some of these cars may be able to run to the end. We'll see. It's less than 30 seconds for refueling. Yeah, I guess if you're changing the tyres, which you have to do. Pretty sure you have to change tyres. If anyone can do it, Gold can. Well, we'll see. I'm not too sure what everyone's strategies are, so we might have to see if anyone's trying anything different. Malinowski closing up 2/10 then, and the gap opening up 1.2. So maybe Malinowski had a little bit of an incident, because that gap to Kevin definitely did go down, and it's now opening up again. Might have had an uncharacteristic incident from the Tortellini man himself. Anything going on towards the middle pack? I know we've got 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th very close. That's what we're kind of focusing on the moment. Is there anything else that's going on? Better seem, you're right, for 18th and 19th, but that's Luca Weidlich involved, so that's going to be a tricky overtake if it ever happens. But guess who's holding them up? It's Dennis Latz. So who have we got in this little hole of people? We've got Dennis Latz, followed by Luca Weidlich, Hamza Bellassem, Dal King, Pichik, Louis Zelch, Kieran Prendergast, I think, rounding them off. I think Valentin Chorus has actually joined the fun there. Merlis is a little bit further off. That's another little gap of people you don't really want to be in. I think there is going to be a move here, though. Luca Weidlich, I think, is going to get it done past Dennis Latz. Latz with the injured car. Pulling out that slipstream look, though. That Aston Martin's really, really well trimmed in the rear. It's managed to get good top speed that the Porsche just can't reach. Interesting. The Ferrari can, though. It gapped him going down that straight. But their first corner then also dropped off. So, interesting. The tunes again coming in here, because these boys are so close on track. It's all about the setups, and what they do kind of determines how far and how quickly they can, bridge little gaps in between each other. Very interesting. Luca Weidlich should be able to find a way past an injured Dennis Latz, though. I can't see him waiting too long here. This is really killing their race, though. You can just see... Sorry, carry on.
Malinowski on Ciclari, it's happening.
Let's go,
There's a bit of a touch.
Let's go.
Around the outside. Ciclari will have the inside, though. Malinowski is slightly off track. That's going to hinder his grip. But he keeps it going around the outside.
Look at Kevin.
And look at Kevin Leon. It's 2 Kevins versus 1 Malinowski. Another little touch.
Oh, that's going to really hurt Ciclari there. That was a bad exit through 15.
And Leon might have him here. The McLaren has looked pretty decent in the straight. Actually, Ciclari is gaining on Malinowski. He might have him in the first corner.
Look at them all fight for position into turn 1. Good stuff from Malinowski. Great defending. I would have hung up Kevin Siclari out to dry there, but he didn't. Because he's got McLarens to lop him up. There you go.
And
That's
Luke
Luke
Whitehead
Whitehead
trying to move on Siclari as well. Siclari might lose 3 positions in a single lap.
That's GT3 racing though for you. You make a move, it doesn't go on, you get absolutely munched from behind. Who's that?
Yep, there we go.
It's Marlon as well going up the inside.
So actually might be 4 positions
Oh,
if he's
no.
not careful. Yep, Andrade beats him on the brakes, but Siclari has the inside line. Andrade going for the cutback on the exit. Loses the rears on the exit though, so Siclari at least keeps 4th. But he will obviously want first back.
That's disastrous for this race then, but also very good because Kevin Siclari was just as quick as Malinowski when he was trying to catch up to the back. Sorry, Kevin Nguyen was just as quick as Malinowski was trying to get back to the other Kevin. So we might see another move going into turn 1 between the McLaren and the Porsche here. Luke Whitehead looking ever so racy as well behind, so might see some moves from him. And don't count out Marlon in 5th position there. He's still going to have a sniff of that Bentley. Interesting race this. We've got a good on 5-car sprint to the end here.
Well, Malinowski's not had a great chicane. Leon's all over the back of him.
Good last corner though. But I think he's going to be at threat into turn 1.
Yep. Kevin's got the slipstream. Malinowski goes defensive.
There's someone in the pit lane.
That's Hardenberg.
Can't defend too aggressively. And that's job done from Kevin Nguyen.
Yeah, look for Whitehead. Down the inside of Malinowski. Oh, a little bit of a touch. That leaves the door open for Siclari to get back past Malinowski. They continue their battle. Another little touch.
What a crazy race.
Siclari understeers off track. So does Marlon behind. And Malinowski drops 2 positions as Siclari lost 3 last lap. That first corner is proving to be a lead killer at the moment.
Yep. And the straight though, you can just lose so much time if you're close into that slipstream.
Yeah, which means Whitehead might take the lead next lap for all we know.
I think there's going to be more changes. Marlon Andrade must be licking his lips back there.
And look who's catching, McLaren Niels.
Yep. He's looking very racy. I think he's in 6th position in the championship at the moment, somehow. He's a serial high finisher, that man, McLaren Niels. I remember him last season was way out of position. He reminds me a little bit of Lando Norris. Way out of position for that car, but still getting good points every weekend. Malinowski then, what a fall from grace. He's managed to lose a lot of positions battling with Kevin Siclari. And now, Kevin Nguyen, winner at Paul Ricard, is running away at the moment. Luke Whitehead.
Would you like to know how much McLaren Niels gained on Marlon last lap?
Oh, do go into that, yes.
1.6 seconds.
That was because of all the handbags we saw into turn 1, 2 and 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Vulcan is actually slowly catching as well, I believe. Both McLaren Niels and Vulcan were 8 tenths quicker than Marlon last lap.
Those boys back in like 7th, 8th and 9th, so what is going on at the top? Because they can see them as they come out of go onto that straight. Everyone can see each other. Yeah. And
they've got a lap car up ahead though, so that might disrupt some rhythms. Hopefully won't cause, hopefully won't hold anyone up, but it's a lap down car, so you never know. Has caused problems in the past in real life.
We're on board at the moment with Luke Whitehead in a very good position. He's currently 2nd in the championship. You can get a position like this. It's going to be very interesting. Is that Ryan McIntosh that far down?
Yes, it is. He has made a pit stop.
It's very un-Ryan-like to be this far down, so he must have got caught up somewhere.
He is currently 3rd out of those who have pitted behind Latz and Goldsaw.
Okay, so he's 3rd of the 2nd race that we're having here today.
Yeah.
So strategies coming into effect. As this is the only time I feel that lights are necessary. As Kevin Nguyen goes absolutely crazy with his light button and flashes the hell out of Ryan. Watch out, Ryan, the leaders are coming.
Yeah, I imagine he should at least let a couple of them through on the main straight here. It's a perfect opportunity to.
He has to, yeah.
Oh, he's pulling into the pits again.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Very.
Maybe he had some damage.
Oh, poor Ryan. jumping into the pits. Not a race for him this afternoon, but it is a race for this man. Luke Whitehead doing a sterling job in second position, also second in the championship. This will be very good for his championship hopes for Season 7, if he can come away with the top 2 finish. But you've got 2 very spicy boys behind you. Well, technically, you've got about 30, but still. I wouldn't like to have Malinowski behind me any time of day. They're all just as quick as each other when they get a little bit of spare air, don't they? None of them are running away with this afternoon.
And actually, Vulcan is starting to catch up to this group as well. 2/10 quicker than McLaren Neil's last lap.
McLaren Neils has actually joined the party, though.
Yep.
But they're all kind of stuck around that annoying, I'm in your slipstream, but I'm also getting really bad air kind of area, aren't they?
Yeah. Actually, they seem to sort of be separating. There seems to be a 3-way fight for first. Kevin's kind of on his own between 3rd and 5th. And then McLaren Neils is slowly luring in Marlon.
Malinowski on the flash button as well. That's not going to work, unfortunately. You can't Tortellini way you through past 2nd and 1st. You're going to have to fight for it, I'm afraid. 2/10 separates 2nd and 3rd at the moment. But it looks a little bit closer than that now. We might have a little bit of a change going into turn 1. Who's going to get a bad exit? Who's going to get a good one? Kevin Lewin got a brilliant exit through 16. Yeah. Steel line astern as they come down through the back straight. I don't think we can have many changes. Luke does go a little defensive, slight wiggle, but I don't think we're going to see any moves. Okay, we're just passing the mark that we normally have on a racing afternoon. 1 hour to go. The first half an hour gone. And we're that close on track still. The top 3, ever so close. I don't want to. I want to go and see what's going down a little bit in the back end of the pack, but we're so spicy towards the top. Keep an eye for me as I'm just going to slip down the grid and see what's going on towards the back. On board at the moment, Mr. Darren King. Dal King himself. He's in 19th at the moment, but a little bit on his own. 4 seconds away from Hamza Bellassem. Maybe he's got a bit of damage, not being able to pull away at the moment. Got Pitchik and Kieran Prendergast in 20th and 21st. They are close enough to fight it out. But let's see what's happening in the second half of this race, as it normally looks like. Black Gold Saw's leading that. These are the guys who have already pitted, so this is slightly interesting stuff. We've got Black Gold Saw, who has managed to get past Dennis Latz. So where was Dennis Latz when he came in? He was around about 17th, 18th, wasn't he? So Black Gold Saw is probably net 17th, 18th at the moment. He's done his pit, doesn't have to stop again. Can he get back inside the top 10 after the first lap pit? I don't think he really wanted to do. Saying that, Valentin Chorus is a little bit further up than him.
Chorus has just come out of the pits.
Has he? Okay. Yeah. So Black Gold Saw not looking like he could have overtaken. So that's the gap then. Because it looked like Chorus was involved at that beginning part. Interesting how this race changes round. Is Black Gold Saw in front of Chorus? He is in front of Chorus, yeah.
And in front of left.
There you go. It was the timing screen, hadn't sorted itself out. So, interesting fight, I think, going to happen when we start to see some more pitters. When do you think we'll see that? Do you think about 45 minutes remaining? We'll see people start to pit? It's about halfway, isn't it?
So. It makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of like the middle ground if you're going for a 50-50, which I think some of these guys will do. Right. We've reached a bit of a stalemate in this part of the race so far. Kevin Lewin running away in first, doing a blinding job, considering what happened at the beginning. Luke Whitehead, then Tortellini Malinowski, followed by Kevin Ciclari. And Marlon, who are on board at the moment, rounds up the top 5. McLaren Nils in what looks like a rather spicy new livery. Should we have a look? Somewhat reminiscent of the new livery that they're going to run in Monaco. What did you think of that announcement?
It's a very nice livery, but I'm glad they're not using it for the whole season. Meanwhile, at the front, Leon hasn't had a great exit out the last corner, and Whitehead is all over the back of him.
He is. A little bit of a bump draft there.
Is Whitehead going to go for it?
No.
No, stays back.
Couldn't quite get a run on him. Interesting. Close, though.
Don't think Whitehead has a very high-speed setup on that Ferrari. Because really, that should have been a move with the draft he was getting. Perhaps a high downforce setting that's letting him stay close during the rest of the track is maybe hurting a bit in the straights.
It's funny, these cars get very close and then almost put so much heat into their tyres trying to follow, and then have to drop off and cool them down a little bit and then maybe have another go later. Looks what Kevin and Malinowski have done. Colm said Ryan looks like he's probably left. Yeah, that's probably why he pitted in, probably finished for the day when he realised he's got the front end of the pack coming in to lap him. That's a bit disappointing, that, isn't it? They are very close, actually, these guys at the top again. Luke Whitehead doing absolutely everything in his power to try and stay on the back of Kevin Nguyen here. Interesting, to say the least. Literally ride on the dashboard. See what Luke can do. Going through the final sector, whether he can get a good drive out of 15 and 16. Kevin's got a really good run, though. Don't think he's going to have a go. Where's Malinowski, though? Who's come in?
Vulcan.
Okay. Where was that from? That was like 7th? Yeah. Okay, well, first pitters of the top boys. So it will be interesting to see where Vulcan comes out in comparison with what's going on with Black Gold Saw, but I think he's probably going to be a little bit further ahead, isn't he? He's probably come up maybe near where Chorus was.
Yeah.
We do have some traffic at the top. They're so closely paced, these guys. It's almost nip and tuck. It's literally, if someone makes a mistake, that we see moves. It's so marginal on pace. They're so close. This top 5.
From second down to 6th, they were all within 3/10 of each other last lap, and then Leon was a good 3/10 quicker than all of them.
They got closer again here. Luke Whitehead looks very close to Kevin now.
Based on what we saw a couple laps ago, don't really think he's going to have a chance down to turn 1. Yeah, look, he's hardly catching, if at all. Someone coming out of the pits, that might cause some issues. No, he gets right out of the way. But what about behind? No, he gets out of all of their way. Very good from Monsieur King. And Prendergast has come out just in front of this lead group.
That was the traffic I saw. Canna Beach is very close to Connor Wright, actually. So this little train of cars is pulling in more people now. Yeah, look at the back of Connor Wright. It's all full of Canna Beach. Just riding around with these Van War Sim Sport boys. There's a little Canna Beach sandwich going on. Canna Beach being the centre. Connor Wright and Andy Vanderville keeping Canna Beach under wraps at the moment for 8th, 9th and 10th. Now, at this point, you know your teammate is one behind. Would you hold up Canna Beach in the slow speed stuff so maybe he can have a go at him down the straight? That's what I would do.
I'm not sure. But also, Malinowski has come in.
Wow, okay. Yep, you're right. Malinowski in for the pit. So he is one of the first of the top boys to come in. He's going to get a bit of an undercut here. Maybe he's going for it, for the lead. This has got to force the top boys' hands. They're going to have to come in next lap, otherwise they're going to get absolutely gapped by Tortellini. I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry.
I think he's just opened the pit window.
Yeah, I think so. The top end of the pit window, definitely. I'm surprised that Siclari didn't follow him in. They could have run away with it and jumped those guys at the front, because I think really they're slightly that bit slower. Canna Beach all over the back of Connor Wright here. We might see a move. It's really hard to overtake in this middle section, though. Can't really get anything done in 7 and 8. But you can in 10, so we'll stay with them, see if we can see any moves. There might be something here interesting to watch. So is Malinowski out now? He must be.
Yeah.
And these top boys must be coming in then, if they're going to come in. It doesn't look like anyone jumping for the pit lane. Let's have a look. Pit lane well and truly open.
Whitehead's in.
Okay, that was clever from Luke, I think. And Kevin's also in behind him. Marlon didn't go in though. What about Niels? Niels is in. Right, we might see a change of the guard here from the top end of the grid. Connor Wright and Canna Beach still fighting as they go down the back straight. I don't think Canna Beach is going to have enough in the tank to get past on the straight though. Okay, right, well we will, I think, probably jump in with Malinowski in a minute, because that's where we're going to see these other boys come out in a minute when we get round to the next part of the lap, which will probably be around about now. So let's see. So Malinowski's coming through the last sector now. Will we see? Where will we see them? Luke Whitehead and Kevin Siclari. I'm going to say behind Malinowski. Malinowski's got a bit of spare space in front of him. We'll jump on board the fail cam, see if we see them. They've got to be exiting now. There's Kevin Siclari. And it's close stuff into turn 1. Luke Whitehead getting an absolute blinder of a pit then. Manages to stay ahead. But he's going to have cold tyres. So this is all Malinowski's doing then. He should be able to get past. It's cold tyre versus 1 lap old, slightly warmer tyre. Luke's got to make his car as wide as possible, because this is really for the lead. Pivotal stage in the race then. Defending into 5. Good stuff from Luke. Really nerfing the advantage.
Yeah, Kevin's in. So is Marlon, so is Connor Wright, so is Canna Beach.
Right, so we're going to see the second part of this race unfold. What an absolute blinding pit that Luke Whitehead was able to do, because they've dropped Kevin Siclari by a good second now. Manages to get that absolutely spot on to keep what will be probably the lead now. He's going to be past, I would have thought he would be past Kevin Lewin. Almost a touch! That was wafer thin between those boys. Malinowski almost hitting the rear end of Luke Whitehead, but I think he just had to get out of it. Woof! This is a pivotal part of this race. So what's going to happen with these other boys coming in? Malinowski's getting very close to Luke. Luke maybe slightly letting the pressure get to him. Let's see what happens coming down the back straight. So these guys are going to be coming out the pits now. Kevin Lewin, whereabouts is he on track? It'll be very interesting to see what happens. These guys have been caught up and fighting a little bit. Here they come. He's going to get them done.
They've gone past. They've jumped him.
They're all going to jump him. So Kevin losing out massively because of that pit, but he'll have fresh tyres towards the end, just about, and a slightly lighter car. So may see him come back.
It's going to be much more important
though. One tortellini of space between the cars. Yes, there was a tortellini. Do you reckon that's how Italians measure?
Yes.
It was one spaghetti, a square.
Sorry, sir, your trousers are a quarter of a spaghetti short.
Oh, funny. I do like the radio moments with Ferrari. When they are really fun. We're just checking. Just checking.
Sebastian, do one strategy A or strategy B? Who's running the strategy here? I copy. I will come back to you when we're ready. Thank you, Seb.
I preferred when... I'm rubbish with names, and I really should know these names. When Massa had his race engineer, went to Williams afterwards. Come on, he must remember his name. What's his name?
Rob?
What's his surname?
Smedley.
That's the one. Yeah, Smedley. And Massa was like, oh, he wanted a different visor. I'm like, don't worry, Felipe, baby, we're getting you the visor.
Almowski just made a mistake.
He did. Kevin Ciclari's going to make the most of it. Two Italians going toe-to-toe.
Matteo Chiara.
Ooh, the Bentley, look, just winning the drag race down into turn 1. Malinowski having to bail out of it and give Kevin the position. Woo!
And Marlon's trying to catch back up to this group.
It was Rob Smedley. Thanks, JSR.
And McLaren Niels has actually dropped off a bit, so he hasn't handled the pits overly well, or he's been held up in traffic.
Yeah, see the gap there. He was just coming through 3 as these boys... Sorry, was it 3? Yeah, these boys are coming through 4 and 5. So a couple of seconds back to McLaren Niels. But still, good position for McLaren Niels. He's going to be, what, net 5, 6th, 5th probably, maybe, 6th?
6 or... I think 6.
I think 6th too. Ooh, Luke running a little bit wide. Malinowski isn't Polish, by the way. I never said he was. Oh, is Kevin Polish? Let's have a look. Well, it says Malinowski is Polish. Yeah, Malinowski's Polish. But we're going to say that he's Italian because it just goes. Kevin Ciclari is definitely Italian. So an Italian and a Polish man going toe-for-toe around the down the back straight. That's a very Italian name for a Polish man. I'm not going to lie. But I like it. Here we got a Polish man, 2 Brits, a Frenchman, and an Italian in the top 5 of Tier 1. Currently leading the championship standings. Malinowski's not Italian, he's from Eastern Europe, but very funny impressions.
Oh, Leon.
Whoa! That was from nowhere!
Oh,
ooh.
yeah.
Was that a tap with Kevin?
No, he just massively overshot it.
I thought he tapped someone, so he's going to nip back behind Andrade, isn't he? Marlon's going to net from that. Woof.
That was a very scary moment.
That was a very scary... No wonder he came through at a rate of knots.
I'm going to see what happened. Did he just brake too late?
I think he just got the braking too late, because he just comes sailing past Malinowski.
What car number is Lewin?
He is car number 27.
Tom.
He has he's thrown away this race, arguably. He was leading earlier on. My apologies for Malinowski. He's Polish. He's not Italian, but he's fighting like an Italian, very much so.
Yeah, so Leon had a very, very good toe on Malinowski.
Okay.
And then, yeah, no, he just broke too late.
Yeah. It's that Porsche clipping down straights again. It's just really not one for top speed, especially very, very top end. Just not very good. in those top, probably last 5-10 Ks at the very end of the rev range, that Porsche just drops away. Interesting. You can see Malinowski, the only one really paying the price at the very, very end of the straight.
Well, everyone has now made a pit stop, so in a lap or so, once all the sectors update, we will have the correct order.
We will. Yep, you're right. So this is pretty much the lead pack then. Led away by Luke Whitehead. Absolutely sterling job this afternoon. Managing to keep his nose clean. Kevin Ciclari in second, it will be. Third position, Malinowski. Fourth, Marlon Andrade. There you go, it ticks over now for us. And Kevin Lewin in fifth position. And then, as we said, sixth is McLaren Niels. Previously, Ferrari Niels. Yeah, Porsche always runs high downforce because it can't do top speed anyway. Exactly. Malinowski is looking very racy though in this Porsche. But he's getting nipped, I think, everywhere out on track today. But, all Luke Whitehead needs to do now is just keep his head down and put in some good laps. See what kind of times they're doing. Last time round, Whitehead was a 1:44.1. Kevin was a 44.3. So very close. Malinowski was a 44.5, but he did have that incident, had to avoid into turn 1, so that's probably why. We did have a 43.8. Wow, from Marlon. Malinowski looking very racy on the back. Kevin Ciclari here. But as always, Ciclari is going to run away in with the amazing top speed. Let's jump on board, I think, with Mr. Tortellini. I've still got visual images of Italians furiously shoveling coal into that Bentley.
Yes. Oh Lord, we have a lot of chat in race control.
We have a lot of chat in race control. We don't have a lot of
not
red.
A lot of chat,
though.
a lot of incidents.
We don't have any red though. That's what I'm worried about. Where's the penalties? They haven't come up yet.
Well, they're about to come in. They're about to come in.
Goodness gracious. Okay, go on.
Okay, let's go through it. So, should we only go through the penalties or all the incidents?
Let's start from the top and let's work our way through. I think we got 39 minutes.
Fair enough. Okay, so contact between cars 191, 742, and 992. Lap 1, turn 1.
Goodness gracious.
No further action. None of the drivers can solely be blamed for what happened.
That must have been the Black Gold Saw incident, right?
No, none of them were 88.
Okay, say the numbers again.
191.
Let's have a look, see if I can find 191.
That's a Clary.
Okay, yeah.
742, which is Marlon.
Okay.
And 992, which is Malinowski.
Okay, so maybe some tap-ins through turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. And then our first penalty, which I believe is showing, contact between cars involving 8 and 11. 11 is Connor Wright, 8 is Canna Beach. That was lap 1, turn 2.
Okay.
5-second penalty for car 11 for causing a minor avoidable collision.
That's Connor.
Yep. And no license points.
Okay.
And then we've got a... Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say it was a little slap.
Yeah. And then we've got a big penalty.
Okay.
20-second penalty for car 68 for causing a collision resulting in multiple cars spinning. 2 license points. That was 68, 411, 99, 60. So I think that was the one at the back that I mentioned.
68 is Nico Uhl, yeah. Not taking any further part in this race. He's in the pit. Or maybe he's doing his penalty, that's probably why.
So I remember 411. That was Kevin Niles. Yeah. So
Dennis Latz also has a penalty, by the looks of things.
Yes, he's car 21, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so that is 10-second penalty for causing an avoidable collision at the chicane, no license points, lap 1, turn 14, and that was with car 36.
36. That must have been towards the top, though, because Lats wasn't that far back. 36. 38. No, who's 36? Oh my god, it's Ryan McIntosh. That's what happened to Ryan then. That what ruined Ryan's race. Okay, well, there you go. That's why Lats was so badly damaged. Okay. Did Dominic Goltz retire? I'm not sure. I think he has. Yeah, he's gone, unfortunately, for the day. Nico Ull's still in the pit. So what happened to Jordan Soanes? Because he's got himself a 10-second penalty, the 29 car. Have any word on that?
29. There is nothing about a 29 penalty.
Okay, well maybe that's going to come a little later. Looks like Marlon is making himself very aware to Malinowski. These boys fighting on their own for second, third and fourth, whilst Luke Whitehead slowly digs away in first. I know it's a big old race today, but we're seeing absolutely stunning racing from the top three, so I know there's a lot of people involved in this race, and there probably is some really good racing going on a little bit further down, but it is almost addictive to stay with this top group because they are trading tenths each race. So, yeah, we'll see. 23 Rage 23. Well, are you trying to tell me to look at 23? Lewis Zelch? Lewis Welch is not doing anything at the moment. Kieran might have got past.
They might mean actual car number 23, Jordan Soanes.
Oh, okay. Has he gone? Has he finished?
No, he's in a battle with Hardenberg.
Okay. You got the wrong guy for the penalty. Ah, get you. Stop confusing me. It's very easily done. Malinowski is looking very close to Ciclari here. We might see a change, but again, Kevin's probably going to drive away. Look how close Malinowski is. Kevin does defend. Do we see a dive into turn one? This is really damaging both their races. Ooh!
Oh, Marlon.
Marlon getting the braking all wrong. Having to run over the policeman. And that's helped Kevin Lewin jump up a place.
It was actually the exact same thing that Kevin Leon did a few laps ago.
So, a little bit of a swap-a-route. Got the wrong guy for the penalty. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Right, so who did get the penalty then? Let's have a look. Yeah, Jordan's got the penalty, but I don't know what he's got the penalty for. Oh, maybe I said 28, but it was actually car number 23. I get you. Okay.
Yes, okay, there is a penalty for 23.
Yeah.
Lap 7, turn 1. So, yeah, I believe that's one I went into the replay to talk about where... Oh.
Is that what got Goldsaw yeeted?
No, this is lap 7 at turn 1.
Oh, okay.
I went into the replays to investigate it, but I'm not sure they've got the right person. I don't know, maybe I need to watch it back. Anyway, 10-second time penalty for car 23 for not holding the brakes one on. Okay.
That was when we saw a lot of the cars off with the Camel, Bentley, and all of that, I think.
No. This is... Oh, wait, no, yes. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think so.
No.
It might not have been.
Not on lap 1. It was lap 7, turn 1, where we saw it was the green Mercedes. Mitchik or something.
Yeah, and then we had the Camel. The Camel Bentley was off on turn 2 as well.
It's nice, a Camel Bentley?
It's yeah, it's a camel skin Bentley.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Oh yes, it is Camel. Okay. I've only seen his yellow and blue. I haven't actually seen the Camel decals.
It's Kevin Niels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that they're penalising. What's his face? They're penalising Soanes for not holding the brakes, and then that's what spun Kevin Niles around.
Yeah, and Kevin did very nicely hold the brakes, because I commented on how very well he did hold the brakes. So obviously, the person who caused the incident, Jordan, didn't hold the brakes.
But
yeah,
that only happened because Jordan was spun around by someone, so that's a little bit questionable.
Okay. To hold the brakes or not hold the brakes, that is the question. Or you could just do a Grosjean and spin the hell out of your rear tyres and just cause a smoke screen.
One does not simply spin without holding the brakes.
Was that here? I've got a funny feeling that was in turn 3, exit turn 3, going towards 4. That was here, wasn't it? He was with Haas at that point, or was he with Lotus? He was definitely with Haas. And he just held his foot down. Do you remember?
Yep.
Just absolute. And everyone was like, why did you do that, Roman? What was that all about? I hear he's having a fun time in IndyCar, picking up a podium last weekend. Did you watch? Did you watch Roman in IndyCar?
No.
Got his first pole position round the Indianapolis road course, and then finished second.
Very good.
Yeah.
I saw that he finished second, but that was it.
Yeah, behind VK, I think it was, who the young Dutchman, coming away with his first win, which was good to see. Yeah, a little bit of a shame though, because Roman got held up by blue flags. I think he got robbed from that race by tyres as well. He was on the it's so simple in the IndyCar. It's like, they have 2 tyres? It's black or red. There's nothing too technical about it. They make it too technical and they go, what happened to the car in front? He's running on softer tyres than the other boys. As he simultaneously throws his Stetson and fires his hip-drawn revolvers into the sky. That's what they actually do in NASCAR when they win. They give them, like, revolvers to fire off into the sky. I'm not lying.
Wow.
So American. Here, well done, you've won. You don't have champagne, though. You do have guns.
A gun?
And then, yeah. Indy, they have milk. Who'd have figured? Ooh, Malinowski and Kevin going side by side into turn 10. Completely missed that, boys. Sorry, we're too busy talking about milk.
Oh, Kevin's
off.
Was that contact?
I think it was tap-ins, you know.
I shall give that a look.
As always, and as normal that you get from the content from me and Saf, completely missed it. We just saw the end. So, yeah, I think there was a little bit of contact, but Malinowski was on the inside. Kevin was on the outside of that corner, and that's not really an outside corner, is it, to be honest? Interesting.
Well, let's first of all see how Kevin got the move done.
Yeah.
So Malinowski was in the middle of the road. Kevin went to the inside. So honestly, that was a pretty fair move. And then what happened after that? Yeah, there was a tap. I'll go on board his bumper to get a better view.
Did Malinowski hold his line, or was there movement going into, what's that? Is it 12 they tapped? Entrance to 12?
Well, I mean, Malinowski was flashing his lights before the contact.
Right,
so.
Yeah. Is that the GT3 way of saying Expelliarmus?
Maybe.
I reckon it is.
Yeah, it says Malinowski had more speed going into the corner. I don't think Leon realised that what he couldn't have. And then Malinowski just ran into the back of him. Simple as.
Okay, well, if Malinowski was the person who doing the hitting, might see a penalty for the pole. He's got Marlon.
It didn't look overly perfect. He just had more speed and I think was caught out by how much slower Leon was and didn't react in time.
But to be fair, you know, it's always...
But that has really cost Leon. That's put him down to 6th.
It's always the trailing car's responsibility to stop. That's be all and end all in racing. It's, you know, you don't go, oh, it's your fault for braking too much. It's always the car in the following position who hits the car he's following. It's normally their fault, unless it's extreme circumstances, which that didn't really look like. It just, looked like a tortellini into the bumper and Kevin paying the price. But we don't know yet. We're just speculating. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Malinowski is going to be screaming in steward inquiries right now. Just went quiet there as Marlon almost gave a little tippity-tappity. Tip-tap on the rear.
Tip-tap.
But there was no tip-tap, so we're all good.
We've got another penalty.
Ooh.
5-second penalty for car 4 for causing a minor avoidable collision.
Car 4? That is Valentin Chorus. Right, okay.
That was,
when was
lap
that?
22, turn 10. No, sorry, that's lap 19, turn 4.
Okay. Right, we completely
shall
missed that because of what's going on towards the front, I'm afraid.
see if I can catch a replay of that.
Okay, well, we got Kevin Niels on the back of Dowking here. Kevin lurching, but not making the move. Very close racing going on towards the back here, boys, as well. Black Gold Saw, look, because that incident at the beginning put him down all the way to 26th place. Not good points for the reigning champ. Not looking good for the reigning champs. Chances of reigning for another year, to be honest. Had a really tough start to the season. And a tough start to this race. Pretty much last after lap 1. Got himself back to 26th. He'll get some points, but it's not going to be a lot, I'm afraid. Have to wait and see what happens. We are just under half an hour now towards the end of this one. It's been a long old race. I'm glad they did the 90-minute race round Catalonia, because it is one of those races that does put on a bit of a show, especially for slightly slower cars. F1, yeah, not so much, but GT3, you see some crazy stuff, as we've seen at the beginning of this race. Managing then to get the rub of the green was Luke Whitehead. He's really put his stamp down now. He's 2.7 seconds away from Kevin Ciclari, so Kevin's got a job to do now, whether he can reel in Luke. But I think the young Brit might run away with this at the moment, because he's looking mighty fast. It'd be good to have a chat with him afterwards to see how he ran away from the rest of the boys. Malinowski then in 3rd position, but we've got a sneaking suspicion he might have some slap wrists coming because of the incident with Kevin Lewin. But I'm sure all will be sorted out before the checkered flag. Marlon Andrade stayed where he's been pretty much the whole race, just chipping away at the top 3 and 4. And then McLaren Niels doing a sterling job staying with them. He's actually made up that gap quite well now because of the fighting that was going on between these boys. He is only 7/10 away from making a move on the back of Marlon. That'll be good to see. Go, Luke, go. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be cheering on Luke today. It'll be good to see Luke come across the line with a win. It's probably the first win I've seen Luke actually do. So it'll be very good. Confidence boosting. So, as daytime comes to dusk then, we've got 24 minutes. Looks like the track is slightly cooling, but we're not changing that much. The wind has died down, 6 Ks now. Shouldn't have too much of an effect.
Marlon's got Malinowski's toe.
Ooh.
Malinowski goes defensive, Marlon on the outside. Oh, tap, and he's into the wall.
Oh, dear. Well, that was some contact.
Yeah.
Was he on the outside there?
He was on the outside when that happened.
I don't know why you would go for a move on the outside of turn 1, but there you go.
Or you could carry the overspeed. By the looks of it.
How many cars have you ever got into turn 1 round Barcelona?
Never.
No, exactly.
Not around the outside anyway.
Yeah. And I think that was a bit ambitious, to be quite honest, but yeah, he's really paid the price, doing very well, and now losing all of that pace. And guess who he's changed positions with again?
Kevin Lewin.
Kevin Lewin. Backwards and forwards they go. Yeah, oofs. Big oofs in chat.
Oof.
Yep. How's everyone enjoying this long race then? I do like the 90-minute ones. I think it really does. You get a big old spread of the grid, which is good, and you see people to and fro. Are we all enjoying this evening so far? I think it's been quite good. What a way to spend your evening around Barcelona with Mr. Tortellini in a Porsche. Why not? The gap's opened up to Italian Kevin. Quite a bit now. Mr. Tortellini 2.7s behind. And then McLaren Niels then in a position to pounce.
Oh,
what have we got?
Collision between Cannabeach and Prima Sand.
Oh no, okay.
It was a 4-way fight for 10th. Cannabeach was in 12th. And then Massan in 11th. And then just a little tap that sent Prima Sand back. I imagine it's probably going to be at least a 5, if not 10-second penalty coming Cannabeach's way.
Prima Sand doesn't look too hurt by it.
Well, no, but he's lost 2 positions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's still racing, isn't he?
Yeah. But see, so I think it's only going to be a 5-second penalty, no license points. Just a little slap on the wrist, pretty much.
Who's he got behind him? Nico Solman. Slowly chipping away. Got two FTW boys right next to each other. I say right next to each other, about 10 seconds apart, but they're still right next to each other on track. 14th and 15th. Not having a good weekend, the FTW team. Where's the highest FTW? It is these guys, isn't it? It's Nico Solman and Luca Weidelich. Luca getting caught out in that middle pack earlier on. And Valentin Chorus in 21st. Not very good then this afternoon for FTW Racing. The racingsimtools.com. Well, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Just call them FTW. I can't remember what FTW means. It's not for the win. It's something else that's quite hilarious. Maybe we can get a word from the FTW boys later. I can't remember what it's called. I have nothing else to do, so I'm gathering happiness. Well, I like to be the giver of happiness. Can you gather happiness whilst watching streams?
Yes.
I mean, it's a good thing to gather. What else could you gather from the stream? Knowledge? No. You know one thing you could gather from this stream?
What?
Socks!
Oh, do tell!
How can you gather socks from a stream, I hear you say? Well, for starters, if you win in Season 7, you get yourself a free pair of sim socks. Yeah. I'm actually being sent a sample of these sim socks, so I can really tell you the quality of these sim socks. Knowledge and eye damage. Right, okay, fine. You're banned. Well, at least it wasn't ear damage or brain. Probably much worse. Right, Kevin hasn't really made much inroads on the back of Luke Whitehead. Ashton saying, I want socks! Somebody say socks? Ooh. JSR. John, is that JSR? I think that's John. Finishing my 30,000 final year dissertation that's due for 4 PM tomorrow. So I'm very happy. Not 30,000 word, yeah. Well, that's pretty much a book, right?
I'm not sure that. Let me see
30,000
how much
words.
a certain book can.
What is the game? The game is Assetto Corsa Competizione. Eye damage because of screen damages your eyes. Yeah, I reckon when I get old, I'm probably gonna have just mush for eyes. I spend probably a good 80% of my day in front of a screen. You can't get eye damage if I'm blind. I'm just seeing that meme where he points to his forehead.
I'm finding very interesting thing about words in books.
Well,
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone
yes.
had 76,000 words.
76,944
76,944 to be exact.
Okay, so you're writing a dissertation half the length of the Philosopher's Stone. Does your dissertation also have the Dark Lord's face on the back of it?
And then in total, the 7 books of Harry Potter have over 1 million words.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder she's earned her money. How much then? If it's over 1 million words, she's worth £1 billion, right? How much money has she made per word? That's £1,000 per word, right?
Yeah.
I think if my math is correct. I don't know.
I wish I could get £1,000 for writing.
£1,000 per word.
Just write the word "the." Boom! You can buy a new PC now.
£1,000. It better have the Dark Lord's face on it. Can you imagine? John, it's a lovely dissertation. I'm afraid I can't mark it because there's this guy who keeps on shouting at me in parcel tongue. It just puts me off. I mean, it's a brilliant dissertation on how the human body works, but just got this weird pale guy screaming at me the whole time.
Oh, don't worry, Professor. That's an ancient fossil.
Can you imagine? I was watching this video the other day where this guy tried to put makeup on to try and get... There's this app you can use, right, where it tells you what character you look like from Harry Potter. and he was
Yeah.
putting different stages of makeup on his face to
Oh,
try
he
and
was
look
trying to get
like
Voldemort.
to try and get Voldemort.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It takes him so long. Like
And he never gets it.
he tapes up his nose and like he paints himself white. Oh my god, it is really funny. It's really funny. I think it's like called Face Match Harry Potter Voldemort. Google that and you'll have a laugh. It's really funny. Oh, funny. What happened to the Dark Lord's nose? That's what I want to know. I reckon he had a nasty boating accident.
Ooh, maybe. Oh, what is the longest book ever written?
What?
Okay, it doesn't say words,
Yep.
but the Guinness World Book of Records gives the honour to Marcel Proust's elephantine remembrance of things past, weighing in at 9.6 million characters.
Oh my goodness.
So that's characters, not words, and that's including spaces.
Oh.
So,
This is what I said. Sebastian weighing in saying 30k words. Holy smokes, what are you writing about? The history of man? Or you could probably get the history of man in 30k words. Fire, electricity, computer, today. I'll get it in 5. Right. The race is kind of plateauing towards the end, I'm afraid, boys. We're not seeing any kind of real moves. One man who we haven't really seen much of this afternoon, Julian Vanbrugh, is getting very close on the back of Marlon. We're going down the straight here. Marlon might have a bit of trouble on his hands. Yep, to the inside. He's going to get the move done, I think. Julian's going to dive into turn 1. But watch for the cutback here from Marlon. He looked like he was going to make it happen through 2 and 3. We might see a racy move into 4, but not too sure. Julian's covered it very well. And that's actually put him into the back of Andy. Connor Wright. Oh, God, these boys all have the same paint scheme. It's really hard to keep up.
Yep, they're both in Van Val Simsport.
Yeah, the Van Wall Simsport boys. Marlon, Connor, and Andy. All pretty much exactly the same. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. He's writing his dissertation on Formula 1 aerodynamics. John, you've absolutely won the internet for today. Congratulations, you've won chat.
Imagine winning chat.
You've won the chat today. Well done. Did you see the video of Lewis Hamilton being handed his 100th, pole tyre? You know, they get a tyre. The random Italian guy was like, "Oh, this is for you." And he goes, "Yeah, but where are all the others?" He's like, "Oh, I do not know. You don't know?" And he goes, "No, I don't see them. You give me one and I'll give it back." Can you imagine? He's just got piles of tyres just like stacking up at home.
Well, I mean, have you seen the meme of like Valtteri Bottas's pole position thing? Someone else's, and then Lewis Hamilton is just a tyre heap.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen that. Like the heap of tyres from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Except not on fire.
But not on fire, that's the main thing. You're
Is
right.
the one in The Simpsons just eternally on fire?
Yeah, that's the joke. Just constantly on fire. Why not?
Why not?
Luke
Ooh, Kleinschmidt gaining on Vulcan for 10th.
Okay.
Down to turn 1.
Ooh,
going side by side.
That's close, isn't it? Oh, Vulcan very aggressive to the outside.
Yeah.
Leave space, though. That's what
It's
you
going to
want.
be a case of who has more grip going into turn 3, and it is Kleinschmidt.
Yep. I want to just record that and send it to Marlon. Because I think that's probably what he wanted to do with Malinowski. But he got it all wrong, boy. Never mind. So that's Marcel Kleinschmidt then, doing very well, racing out of his socks this afternoon. Talking of socks, no, Marcel up into 10th position. Good job for Marcel. I haven't seen him that far up for a while. Must have had a really good race. He started quite far back. Pablo saying hello from Uruguay. Right, we've got 12 minutes left. So, I don't think we're going to see a change of the lead now unless we have some rather spicy incidents going on towards the end. But looking at rather spicy incidents, at the end here, if Connor Wright can't gap Marlon and Andy enough, he's going to drop down to 9th position from 7th there, because of his 5-second penalty. Yeah, it's not good news for Connor Wright. But not really much he can do. Let's have a little drift back through the grid, shall we? See if we can see what's going on a little bit further down. We've got Latz and Zelch and Ola Pitic, with Mike Verman and Valentin Chorus very close on track. Someone else is very close on track, Black Goldsaw and Kieran Prendergast. Mr. Goldsaw making it easy through 10, getting another position, or at least defending. Yeah, I think he's up to 25th now from 26th. Next up is Dalking, but I don't think he's going to get that done. That's a little bit too far away. But Mr. King is getting quite close to Kevin Niles, or Nils, in the Bentley. Chorus also getting rather close to Mike Verman. Little battle going on for 20th, 21st and 22nd. I think this is all we have this afternoon. The top guys have gone a bit quiet.
Prendergast has made a move on Goldsaw at turn 1, or at least is trying to, down the inside, but Goldsaw is defended, and he keeps the play.
I guess you got to give it a go, eh?
Yep.
Watching, I think that's getting quite close ahead. Doesn't look like that's Hamza, because Hamza's really far away, so that must be a lapped car. Oh no, Zelch, there you go. There you go, he's come down now, so you can see Zelch is ahead of Latz, and they're getting quite close together. It's annoying that the timing screen doesn't really come together. You have to kind of guess who's in front. What's the pace? Fast. Yeah, pretty much. So, at the moment, the top, I would say, 4 or 5 are doing 44s. To be fair, even back down to 6th and 7th are doing 44s. Outside the top 10, it's evening out to low 45s. Fastest laps we've had are low 43s. I don't think anyone has gone into the 42s at the moment. I think we're looking at a 43.5, I think, is probably about the fastest we've gone this afternoon. Just hopping down to see if any of the boys out of place have done into some 43s. I don't think so. Yeah, 43.5 is your fastest race pace, which is pretty fast, considering they're doing 44 mid now, second off the pace of what they did earlier on.
Darren King is serving a drive-through.
Wow, okay. That must be for track limits.
Yep, and that's put him from 24th to 28th.
Oof, okay, we're not losing too much, but still it's enough. Interesting. Prima Sand is back ahead of Canna Beach. So, not sure what happened with Canna Beach in that midsection, but I swear we had an incident where Canna Beach got caught up with him and was ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Vulcan, Prima Sand, and then Canna Beach. And a little bit further back of that picture, you can see Nico Solomon.
And Canna Beach has done it again.
Oh, that's the second time in the same place, right? Okay.
Not in the same place,
almost,
but same person, same position.
Prima Sand must be going, come on, guy. What do I have to do to not get run into? Yeah, not great from Canna Beach. You probably want to forget this race after this one. But look at all the penalties coming in further down the grid. Woo. Okay.
Speaking of new penalties.
Let's do it.
We have 10-second time penalty for car 999 for causing a collision resulting in a spin, 2 license points.
Oh,
and
goodness.
that was with car 29.
Yeah, that's
so
Danila. Danila and Luca Weidlich, was it? Yeah, okay.
Well, is Canna Beach potentially looking for another dive?
He
yes,
is.
sir. And there's another pair of contact.
Well, that wasn't Canna Beach's fault.
That looked like more like Masand being annoyed.
Yeah, Prima Sand just turned in to him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wonder if there's going to be more fireworks between them.
I think there'll probably be some spicy words going on afterwards, but yeah, well, Canna Beach has got the move done, whether it's forced or not. He is up. Okay.
10-second time penalty for car 888.
That's
That
Hamza.
is Bellassine.
Yep.
That was with car 142, which is Mike Veerman. Causing a collision, 2 license points, as well as the 10-second time penalty. And then 5-second penalty for car 58 for causing a collision, no license points, and that was with car 67.
That's Andy Van der Waal with
Vulcan.
Vulcan, yeah. Vulcan and Andy getting tangled. Andy's got the penalty, look, 5 seconds. So, yeah, 2 out of 3 of the Van Wall guys have got penalties 5 seconds. Okay, that's a bit frustrating. Well, Andy will stay where he is because of the pace he's got. That actually helps out Connor Wright. So Connor will only drop 1 place with his penalty, which is quite pivotal for Connor's championship hopes. So, yeah, Ashton saying there'll be some dents in some door panels after this race for sure. And egos, yep, definitely. The ego denter this race, yep. But this man doing a stellar job, an absolute stellar job. Luke Whitehead manages to gap another second from Kevin Ciclari. I think he's got the setup spot on. Now he's got free air. He's not being, you know, fumbled over by other cars. Kevin's just not been able to attack, unfortunately, and make up any time. So Luke Whitehead doing a proper job this afternoon and running away with it at the moment. Getting himself in a position where he can get maximum points this afternoon. 100 are on offer for the win. So that'll be really helpful for his championship hopes, because at the moment he's second. If he gets 100 points and Malinowski comes away in third, well, that is interesting. Can't remember how much you get for third. It's got to be 88. No, it's less than 80. 70 something maybe. What's the gap between them?
Let me check.
Can't quite see the like on the current thing I'm on at the moment how much they get. Actually, I could probably see from race 1 maybe.
It is 81.
81.
Place. I was right.
So that means the difference.
It's 190, 81.
Ooh, that's really interesting. Calculator time indeed. Okay, so Luke Whitehead, if he finishes where he is, he'll have 247 points. So 247. If Malinowski finishes where he is, he'll get 81 points, okay? So 81 plus 166 that he's currently on, 247 points. They'll be tied.
Ooh.
Tied at the lead. So this is very important for Luke Whitehead to get the win, because that helps him out massively in the championships hopes. So Luke Whitehead then almost going to topple the giant that is the Tortellini. At least join him on the top step for now.
Are there any intense battles?
Well, there is. Nico Solman's getting quite close to Luca Weidlich, but whether they come across the line together, they're the same team, aren't they? So they might not fight.
Yeah, and they're pretty far apart at the moment, half a second.
Yeah.
At least, I think it's a
bit more than that now, I think. Maybe they were closer earlier on. I get the
Beach is slowly catching Vulcan.
Chorus. Oh, look at this. We've got Chorus, Pitchick, and Mike Verman all getting together back down in 20th. Yeah, Dennis Latz from Ola Pitchick, Valentin Chorus and Mike Verman all battling it out for good points towards the back. Yeah, it'll be absolutely tied on points if Luke comes across in the lead, which is going to be good stuff.
Ooh, Marlon had a drive-through.
Wow. Okay. Well, that will be for the incident with Malinowski, won't it?
Or track limits.
Or track limits, yeah. You're probably right. It's probably track limits, eh?
Yeah. Because I don't think the suits actually give drive-throughs, do they?
No, it's all time penalties and stupid. Right.
And that's brought him down from 9th to 16th.
Oh, God. That's
and potentially further. Bellasine's coming in at a rapid rate of knots. Is it going to be contact? No, they keep it clean for now, but Bellasine's going to have the warmer tyres. Oh, no. Yeah, warmer tyres, because Andretti's just been going in a slow straight line.
Yep.
Yep, Bellasine looks like he's ready to pounce. Question is, which line will he take? And Marlon's letting him through.
Yeah, well, maybe Marlon doesn't want any of Hamza.
Well, also Hamza has a 10-second penalty,
That's
so he might be
probably
taking
why
that
he
into
did it.
effect. Oh, yellow flag. That's car 142. Mike Veerman at turn 1.
Oh, oh, damn you to hell and back. We just literally came off that screen. Oh, he's off completely.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
no.
completely off the track. Oh, and there are cars coming,
Mike, get out the way. Mike.
Oh, that's impeded Prendergast.
It has.
That's almost certainly going to be a penalty.
That was almost an unsafe joining of the track.
Prendergast had to go off the track.
Yeah, that's looked upon very dimly right now. That is not the best way to join. Is that Samir in the background? Haven't seen much of Samir.
Behind.
Do you want to know his team name? Haas, but without the money.
Haas, but without the money.
I like
So
him.
basically Haas.
Pretty much just Haas, yeah. Right, 1 minute to go. Are we on that final lap pipe? Where's Luke? Where is Luke? That's coming around turn 4, I believe.
It must be on the last lap, surely. Is he going to get to the line within a minute?
No, this is the last lap. Yeah. He's lapping Dowking. That must be pretty damn hard to deal with there.
Yeah.
I reckon if Dowking drives any faster, he'll be inside his steering wheel. Have you ever seen how close he drives to his steering wheel?
I do not.
Literally with his nose on the centre. It's like this.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see me. He drives rather close to his steering wheel. It's quite fun to watch.
Right.
Yeah, he's a very animated chap. If you ever want
Fingers lap.
He's let him pass. If you ever want to watch some good racing, go check out Dowking on YouTube. Really good guy. Fun guy to watch. He's another Brit as well. Yeah. I highly rate his channel. It's a funny guy to watch.
What car number is Veerman? I want to see what happened at turn 1.
Veerman, I can't see right now because we're about to come across the line for the win. So I'll get back to you. We'll take a rain check on that one right now. Let me just see. Right, he is 142, I think.
Yeah,
and there we go. Luke coming across the line for his maiden win with AOR, I think. And that's job well done for the H3 boy, the 408 Ferrari, claiming 100 points. And some of the guys coming across the line behind. So Kevin Ciclari from Malinowski's probably going to be rather annoyed with that job. Oh, and there's a fight to the line at the back there. That was very close. With, I think that was Julian Vanbrugh, Kevin Lewin really tussling it out for the finish. Marcel Kleinschmidt coming home in 9th. But we're going to see some people's penalties come into it. As Cannabeach all over the back of Vulcan doesn't quite get the place. There's more fighting going on behind with Primasand and Luca Weidlich. Danila is coming across in 15th. Marlon also coming across the line. Lewis Zelch rounding the last corner for 18th. Ola Pritic then, this is the fight for 20th, with Dennis Latz and Kevin Niels all fighting it out, still just about to come across the line here. Dennis Latz is going to have a penalty, he's going to fall behind Kevin. He pulls out of the way actually to let him through. And then Valentin Chorus not having... Okay, you're right. I think we just lost Saf, dead. Right. Black Gold Sword, 23rd he managed to make himself up to after all of that. With Saf's hiccups in the background. Kieran Prendergast in 24th position, being followed across the line by a very sad Mike Verman, who's not had a very good race. Samir Foch crossing the line in 26th. Jordan Soanes then doing the same. Darren King is done because he was lapped. And that is it. We're all done. Anthony Fernandez, we had Julian Hanborough, Meltic in 31st, Torregrossa, Merlers, Nico Uhl, Dominic Goltz, Ryan McIntosh, and David Martinez rounding them off. I think a lot of those at the back there didn't finish the race because they quit halfway because of various issues. But wow, Luke Whitehead then, absolutely sterling job coming away with maximum points. Kevin Ciclari and Malinowski in 3rd. We have a tied situation at the top of the championship. That's going to get some conversations going. There's already chat going on in the side there saying people are dirty and whatnot. Well, that was interesting to say the least. Have we got anybody ready to have a chat? We do. We've got the winner, Mr. Whitehead, ready for a chinwag. Congratulations, Luke. That's 100 points, and you're tied for the championship. How do you feel?
Don't really think I can put it into words right now. Wow, that was really unexpected. I honestly didn't expect that whatsoever.
I mean, you kept your nose clean when it really mattered, when you had that massive fight with Kevin Ciclari, Malinowski, and I think it's Kevin Lewin, got the pit spot on and held up Malinowski at a pivotal point. I think that might have really helped you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was tough because obviously when you've got Malinowski behind you, especially in the Porsche around this track, you know it's going to be a tough time. So I knew I had to do something to get rid of him, from behind me, and I backed him up into the bus stop, and then I knew the Bentley with its incredible straight line speed would just fly past, and it worked perfectly. It's a tactic I used in karting, so it's quite an old-fashioned technique, but I'm just glad it paid off. I'm surprised with the pace I had, because at the start of the race I was kind of struggling to get into a groove, what with the lack of practice on race fuel, etc. But as the race went on, I just seemed to get stronger and stronger, and I couldn't be happier.
So is this your first win with AOR?
Yeah, it's only my third ever race with AOR as well.
We had the conversation last time. I was very surprised that you came in straight into the top tier. So there you go. Champagne coming almost straight away, 3 races in, and you've got yourself 100 points, and you're currently leading, tied with this man, Mr. Tortellini. Congratulations, Luke. Really, really stellar job getting the win done. You're going to have your work cut out now because you're going to be battling Mr. Malinowski for the rest of the season. So well done with the win, and get the practice in for next week, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Well done, Maciek. Good job, mate. Well done, Kevin, as well.
That
Crazy
was such
race.
a nice race. That first thing was so crazy.
I mean,
it was such a battle.
After that pit phase, when you guys kind of pitted at slightly different times.
Yeah,
Man,
but I failed.
You didn't get the pit as spot on as you needed to, and it looked like Luke got it bang on right.
A pit was spot on. I was thinking about doing an undercut. It's just that I did a lap later, and on my very last lap, I made so many mistakes, and I lost a lot of time. So if I would pit that one lap earlier, I probably would be ahead, or at least would have a better chance to be ahead. And because of that, I rejoined just behind Luke, and then I knew I had the tire advantage. I had them already up to pressure. I was trying to send it in on the inside side in the first sector. But yeah, then when the first sector came, on such track, it's easy to get stuck behind another car. With the Porsche, I just had nothing on the straight, so it was horrible car to race, but it was a really fun car to drive. So qualifying as planned, but the race was so tough in that car. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, you did the best job you could. It's a little bit hard to hear you, Tortellini, so I think your internet is not the best at the moment, but we did kind of catch the grasp of what you were saying. Yeah, a little bit robotic. It's not your fault. But yeah, qualified on pole, and then unfortunately you just got a little bit caught up in battles with Kevin, and I think it just allowed Luke to get it sorted out in the pit. And when he kept you behind after that pit phase for that one lap, that was really good driving from him. Crucial period. We called it.
That was the race winning lap.
Yeah. That was. I think that's where he won, and then he was able to get his head down and really put in the laps where he needed.
But the pace was amazing.
But hey, you three,
thanks, man.
And even to be fair, 5, including the other Kevin Lewin and I think it was Marlon Andrade, were all fighting throughout most of that race. So really good job anyway for finishing where you finished, both of you. But you both are now tied for the championship. Did you know?
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
You're both tied on 247 points, I think. So yeah.
So what's next, Laguna Seca?
What's that? Sorry.
What's next, Laguna Seca, right?
What's next, Laguna Seca? Let me just double check. It is.
If so, you're gonna win there because it's that car. You're dialed in there.
The Porsche is mighty good at Laguna Seca. So there you go.
I run my all races there, so. Even in the season when the whole field was Porsche, so it's not even the car.
Okay.
I really love that track. So
well, it's Bathurst after that. So.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Well done, boys. You're going to be battling out at the top end of the grid now, seeing as you are up there in the championship. Get your heads down, get some practice for Laguna Seca, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Speak soon.
Cheers.
Okay. Well, we'll call it there, I think, Saf. You can join us next week tomorrow, sorry, for the next race, which is Tier 2. It'll be at the same time at 7:30. We'll go racing again with the Tier 2 boys. Hopefully we can see some crazy battles going on down the grid, like we did last time out at Donington. It was a really good race, wasn't it? We saw Remy Papping coming away with a win. So maybe he can try and convert again and come away with another one. Timon, I think, came second, didn't he? And then we had, Alexander Irish, I think, in third. So that's going to be interesting to see what they can do in Barcelona. Anything to finish on?
No, it was a good race.
Yeah,
Look forward to the next.
Very good race indeed. Yep, I think we will end it there, boys. And if you do want to watch some more crazy racing from AOR, join us again tomorrow. That'll be good fun. You can have another full 90 minutes and a bit more of racing. We'll catch you then, boys. Have a good evening.
Goodbye.
Bye.